Hello, I've just picked up a customer. We're just having a little chat. As you can see, some people don't want to reveal their identity just for privacy reasons. So I've got it recording the audio, and obviously as I'm driving around with my customer, it's just recording where I'm going. So yeah, you were telling me it was interesting, like why you love gardening.
Yeah, I've always had a passion for plants and flowers. I really appreciate creation in its entirety.
Okay.
So basically, as a child, I used to dig up my grandfather's plot, take little pieces, cut little heads off his flowers, which he wasn't happy with. He used to get very annoyed, and I thought I could just create my own garden. And
Okay.
That's what I did. So it started from childhood really, and even in teenage years, I used to tend to my mum's garden because I used to like doing gardening and that. So, and as I got older, passion grew wherever I lived. I lived on a fourth floor flat in London on a balcony, and I created a little space there, and then, it just took off from there. So after that, I had gardens wherever I lived, and I was really just into that, and it's just continued from there. So if I see a little bit of a plant somewhere dying, I will pick that plant up and I will take it home, and I will nurse it back to health. And so yeah, I'm really passionate about gardening. But in saying that, as I said about creation, I appreciate creation. I think some people don't actually acknowledge a creator, but I really do, because I think of plants, the colors, the amazing colors in plants and flowers. You think of it, we could see in black and white, couldn't we?
Yeah.
But we were given sight to see in color.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of how I feel about creation. But yeah,
It's a nice expression. Do you grow your own food?
Some. I've known to grow potatoes, artichoke, tomatoes, carrots. I have tried all sorts,
Okay.
and beans and stuff. So I'm hoping to get that going again. So we did create friends and we created an alleyway.
Okay.
In the Toxteth area, and
And
it is quite.
Can I find that information online, the alleyway, about the garden and the project?
Yeah, if you go under, I think it's called the Toxteth Oasis.
Toxteth Oasis.
Yeah, or you can access Gardener's World Series 17.
Okay.
Where it actually shows, where we had an interview and that, about the alleyway, and it's kind of the momentum of it. It's really speeded up because various people have come to the alleyway. They've taken pictures. They've taken it abroad. So, even in other countries, the alleyway is known.
Taking the concept global?
Yeah.
No, I love the idea and the energy.
Yeah.
I'll have to...
And neighbours are quite involved,
Okay.
Neighbours, yeah.
Community.
Yes. So so this weekend is the annual garden show, which people buy a ticket and they come and they view. So the alleyway and the winter garden as well, you may have heard of.
No.
They're all going to partake in this weekend. Sunday afternoon, they're going to come and visit and see, what we do there. And it's nice because what it does, it promotes for other people to see that what you can do with an alleyway, because alleyway is like a dump. People dump things there, don't they?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think it's inspiring.
Yeah. And this is how it started, rats and rubbish in that alleyway, and and we started just looking at cleaning up, and then thinking if we put a pot here and there, people, come out their back gate, they can appreciate it, and that's what we did, and it just grew. And there was a time when we counted 300 plants in that alleyway.
Okay, so how many alleyways? Because by Cairn Street and Beacon Fields, there's one alleyway.
And then there's one now, the newest one is between Cairn Street and Jermyn Street. So we've got 2 alleyways going now.
Okay.
That is,
What about bins? Do people have bins in the alleyway?
A lot of people tend to keep their bins inside, but where the bins are, you will always see the bins there, but they're surrounded by flowers and plants. So it just beautified that space, you know. It doesn't look like, oh, lots of rubbish bins. And the colors of the bin itself, purple, green, and blue.
Yeah.
It kind of, you know, it kind of blends in, and we've got sort of like containers we've painted in the same colors, so it blends in.
Okay,
Yeah.
and people respect obviously the idea, the concept, so keep it all nice.
It took a long time because that took 8 years to develop.
8 years?
Yeah, the alleyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
What's the vision for it? Is it just volunteers? How is it funded?
yes, it's people. Well, we've got section that deals with the 4 streets, the blooming green triangle. It's called.
Okay,
And
the
they
blooming
deal-
green triangle.
Yeah, and they deal with 4 streets, so they get funding to help with, you know, for bulbs and plants and soil and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
No, it sounds
Like
interesting.
I said, the neighbours will, you know, take their turn and do what they need to do. And I've got a marvellous Italian couple now.
Okay.
That's really taken on board what I'm not able to do.
Okay.
And, you know, and others as well. So yes, yeah.
No,
So it's a great space.
No, definitely, and I think it will inspire a lot of other people as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah, please do.
Is-
And the good thing, you know, during the lockdown,
Yeah.
where you had to be obviously indoors and that was a great space for people's mental health, for even my own mental health.
Yeah.
I used to go and sit out there, distance of course, and yeah, but it was great.
No, definitely. It's so therapeutic. Even just like, for example, there was a small yard I had on a property, and just a bit of fake grass, some flowers, some whitewashed all the walls. It just transforms it, and it makes a big difference. So when you add real flowers and real plants, it just makes it so much more better.
Yeah, it is.
No, I look forward to looking at it.
Yeah.
See, you mentioned before you're Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yeah, and that's where my appreciation of creation comes in, you know, and that. So yeah,
Okay, how long?
since 1972.
Okay, long time.
Yeah.
Okay, there's lots of, I think most people are familiar with Jehovah's Witnesses. I pick up lots in the taxi. The last lady I picked up, she didn't want to go on camera, but she just told me all about Jehovah's Witnesses and why it's important. And as you know, I mean, Jesus is fundamental. There's lots of different perspectives, whether it's Church of England, Roman Catholic, Mormons, etc., etc. The glue that holds them all together is Jesus, but there's different perspectives on it. Is that right?
Well, basically, in the Lord's Prayer, if you remember in Matthew 6, it says, we pray, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So we're actually praying for a kingdom, not an earthly kingdom, but a heavenly government that will transform the earth. You know, we see so much going on now.
Okay.
And, you know, people are very disillusioned, even with religion.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes even wars are fought in the name of religion, you know?
Yeah.
And that, but the kingdom that we pray for is a kingdom that will eliminate, not just in 1 or 2 countries, but globally. It will eliminate sickness, death, crime. You know, those things we live with every day. So, you know, in line with that kingdom where Jesus said, pray, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We're actually asking for the peace that is in heaven to come to our earth. And so Jehovah's Witnesses go around, and that's what they preach. They preach about God's kingdom. People coming to know God and His Son also, which, as you said, Jesus, you know.
Yeah.
And by means of that, so this is what, you know, our hope is, and you know, we want to just speak to people. Everyone's got their opinion,
Yeah.
and also got their, you know, what they believe in that, and we're not forcing anybody. We just want to be kind, helpful, and just to tell people that there is going to be a better world, the new world as we call it, a paradise.
Paradise.
On earth. Yeah.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. So, and who doesn't want to live in a paradise? We all do, don't we?
Of course.
Free from sickness, ill, you know, bad health,
Wars.
wars, you know, and things, famine, and all those things, homelessness. you know, that's what our life is about, isn't it? So
Can you
we want
mention?
to-
No, totally agree. Can you mention a good resource for people to find out more about Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yes, go to jw.org.
jw.org.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
one of the website now that is people just flock to that website because it speaks about family. There's things for children, videos, just nice stuff, you know, to take us out of the space we're in now, which is a wicked world. Here we go.
Right here. Do you want this entrance?
You know, so yes.
No, thank you for that, and thank you for going on audio. I'm going to just pull over. I'm going to bring this to a close. Is there anything you wanted to say before I end it?
No, just have a good day yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.